You know that feeling? When learning English just seems like this massive wall, words, rules. It's a lot.
Mm-hmm. Overwhelming sometimes.
Yeah. But what if, like, you could soak it up almost without thinking, just by changing a few small things you do every day?
Well, that's exactly what we're digging into today. We're looking at 6 surprisingly simple habits.
Right. Habits to help you learn English more naturally, more effectively.
Exactly. So if you've ever felt that, frustration, memorizing words that just vanish,
Or that panic when you actually need to speak.
yeah, that anxiety, then this deep dive is definitely for you.
Forget endless grammar drills, honestly.
Yeah.
Our mission today, using some really fascinating research, some expert insights, it's to show you how to weave English learning into your life.
Make it feel almost automatic.
Yes, and we've pinpointed 6 key habits that do just that.
And these aren't just random tips. They're actually grounded in how our brains learn best.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's all about creating that consistent exposure, that engagement, but crucially, without the stress of formal study.
Okay, so let's break them down. What are these 6 habits?
Well, first up,
Switching your phone to English. Your little pocket language lab.
that's the one. Then, following English language creators online.
Turning screen time into study time. Sort of?
Kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Third, talking to yourself in English. Sounds a bit strange, maybe.
Yeah, we'll get to why that works. Bear with us. What else?
Using English for your to-do lists.
Simple, practical. I like it.
Then plastering your world with English sticky notes.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Okay, I might have done that.
And finally, learning English while you're doing, everyday chores.
All right. Ready to unpack these, see how they actually work.
Absolutely. Let's kick off with that first one, the one you probably have in your hand right now.
Habit number 1. Switch your phone to English. Seriously. I think this is the ultimate stealth learning trick.
Stealth learning, I like that.
Think about it. How many times do you pick up your phone? People say maybe 200 times a day.
Wow, that many.
Right. So that's potentially 200 free mini lessons. Without even trying, it's pure passive exposure.
Just absorbing the language because it's there.
And what's great is how it just slots into your existing routine. You're not adding a task.
No extra time needed. You're just changing the language on something you use constantly anyway.
Exactly. Remember Gwen's little panic when her weather app suddenly said, thunderstorm?
Oh, yeah. A bit of a shock, probably.
For sure. But now, that word, it's stuck in our head, linked to that real moment.
And there's research backing this up, isn't there?
Yeah. A 2023 MIT study. It found this kind of daily tech interaction. It can boost your vocabulary 3 times faster.
3 times? That's significant.
It is. That constant low-pressure exposure just helps your brain see the pattern.
Right. So you're encountering words, phrases, but in a context you already understand, like your phone settings. And your brain starts building those neural connections.
Those pathways, making it easier to remember and understand later.
Exactly. It becomes more automatic over time.
And, you could see real benefits pretty fast, like maybe a week later.
What kind of things?
Well, no more confusion between accept and decline on spam calls in English.
Huh. Yes, that's a common one.
Understanding those YouTube error messages finally. Or knowing what airplane mode actually means.
Useful stuff. But, okay, what if someone's just starting? Switching everything might feel intense.
Yeah, good point. That could be a bit much.
How can they ease into it?
Well, my advice, start small. Maybe just 3 apps, like weather, calendar, notes, something you use a lot but isn't too complex.
Okay, manageable.
And if you get stuck, screenshot it. Pop it into Google Translate. No shame in that.
Good tip. Use the tools you have.
And definitely celebrate the small wins. Hey, I understood that notification. It feels good.
It really does. That little boost of confidence is so important for motivation. Starting small makes it less daunting.
Totally. Oh, and here's a fun little challenge for everyone listening.
Ooh, okay.
Next time you hit that camera icon, take a selfie, post with the hashtag #FunEnglishAdventure. We might give you a shout out.
Nice. Making it a bit playful always helps.
Just a little warning, though. You might have a brief moment of terror where you mix up delete and save.
Oh, dear. Been there.
But the long-term payoff is that your tech vocab will get seriously better. So, feeling brave.
Ready for the challenge.
Let's move on then. Habit number 2 takes us online.
Right. And this is where your hobbies can actually help you learn.
Habit number 2, follow English creators. Seriously, imagine improving your English just by watching, like, cat videos.
It sounds almost too easy, doesn't it?
It does. But a 2024 Harvard study suggested that following content you're actually interested in, it can improve your pronunciation by like 27%.
Wow, 27%. That's impressive.
Because when you're engaged, you naturally pay more attention to how things are actually said.
And that's the power of interest-based learning. You're invested in the topic, so the language just sort of sinks in. It's almost a side effect of having fun.
Exactly. So we've kind of grouped creators into 3 types you could look for.
Okay, what are they?
First, there's what we call the easy English type. Thinks English Addict on YouTube. He teaches slang while reviewing pizza.
Pizza reviews for slang. That's brilliant.
Yeah, like this cheese pull is lit. You pick up informal stuff you wouldn't find in textbooks.
Right. Real, everyday language. Very useful.
Then there's the secret teacher type, like Traveling Mark. He does travel vlogs, but he speaks quite slowly, clearly.
Ah, and with subtitles too, usually.
Yes, clear subtitles. It's like having a patient tutor showing you around the world.
And those subtitles are gold. They connect what you hear with how it's written, really reinforces it.
Totally. And then, my personal favorite category, the funny accident type.
Uh-oh. Like fail army.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're laughing at someone tripping over, but when they shout, "Oh no, my leg," bang, you've just learned vocabulary for, well, emergencies.
Uh-huh. True. You see language in action in those spontaneous moments. Makes it memorable.
So how can learners really get the most out of watching these creators? Any tips?
Good question. There are definitely ways to optimize it.
Like what?
Well, first, use YouTube's playback speed feature. Don't be afraid to slow it down. Start at 0.75x maybe?
Yeah, that makes a huge difference.
Turn on the closed captions, definitely. And pause. Pause the video if you hear a cool phrase. Jot it down.
Active engagement.
And even just leaving a comment. A simple LOL or great video, that counts as practice too. You're interacting in English.
Right. It makes it more active than just passive watching.
Okay, another challenge.
Let's do it. See if you can find an English-speaking creator who maybe looks a bit like your old English teacher.
Ah, okay.
Tag us at LearnEnglishPod with #MyDigitalTeacher. Could be funny.
Adds a bit of fun to the search.
Just one potential side effect to mention.
Let me guess. Binge watching.
You got it. This could lead to some serious hours logged on YouTube. But hey, it's productive binge watching. You're improving your English.
Fair point. All right, shall we move on to habit number 3? This one might feel a bit self-conscious at first.
Yes, but it's surprisingly effective for fluency. Habit number 3. Talking to yourself is finally okay.
Well, maybe not loudly on a crowded bus.
Okay, maybe not everywhere. Leo, I definitely saw you whispering sweet nothings to your coffee maker this morning. Got a few looks.
Guilty. But hey, there's science behind it. A Cambridge study found that self-talk actually reduces speaking anxiety.
Really? How?
It lets you practice in a totally safe space. No judgment, no pressure. You can experiment with words and sentences. It helps internalize grammar naturally.
Okay, that makes sense. And if you're worried about looking odd in public?
Pro tip. Just pretend you're on your AirPods. Works every time.
Genius. So how do you actually do it?
Simple ways, like just narrate what you're doing. Okay, now I'm chopping the onions. Oh, great, now I'm crying.
Relatable.
Or debate things with your pets. My cat, Mr. Whiskers, gets a full lecture on why 3 a.m. is not, in fact, playtime.
I have similar conversations. It forces you to form sentences, right? Use vocabulary in context, even if the listener is furry.
Exactly, it's active practice.
Is there a downside? Apart from strange looks.
Well, slight risk, you might accidentally voice an inner thought you didn't mean to share.
Uh-oh. Like?
I think I told my stapler it was doing a great job last week.
Yeah.
Out loud.
Okay. But hey, MIT research says even just 5 minutes a day helps.
5 minutes! That's doable. It's that consistency beats intensity idea again. Short, regular practice adds up.
Consistent engagement really builds those pathways.
So, challenge time.
Record a quick day-in-my-life voice memo. Just talking about your routine, but all in English. Send it our way. We might feature the interesting ones.
Love it. Okay, let's switch gears. From talking to writing your to-do list.
Ah, yes. Making even your errands work for your English. Habit 4. English to-do lists.
Turn that daily list into a mini lesson.
And guess what? Another study, this one from Harvard, found that just writing simple lists in English boosts vocabulary retention by 40%.
40%. Just from a to-do list.
Yep. Because you're actively writing and using words relevant to your life, it makes them stick.
That makes perfect sense. It's meaningful vocabulary.
Now, full disclosure. My first attempts were probably just buy milk, buy bread, buy more milk.
We've all been there. And Gwen's list was like, wake up, try again. Okay, seriously, get up now.
Exactly. It shows you can start really simple, no pressure.
The goal is just to start using English for these everyday things.
But let's aim a bit higher than just milk. Maybe things like wash dishes, do laundry, call mom.
Or even add language goals, like practice English verbs for 10 minutes.
Ooh, good one.
Yeah.
And make it fun. Like listen to English music, watch one funny cat video in English, reward self with chocolate.
Yes, mixing chores with enjoyable things keeps it motivating. Links English to positive feelings.
Pro tip here. Use your phone's reminder app. Set the language to English.
Ah, double dip. Get the list and the reminder in English. Smart.
And if you're just starting, aim for maybe just 3 items per list. Simple English. Keep it achievable.
Small steps. Focus on practical words you use daily.
Okay, challenge. Write your next to-do list in English. Snap a pic. Share it with #EnglishJawlist. Let's see what everyone's up to.
Cool. Now, carrying on that theme of making your environment work for you.
Yes. Habit number 5. This one involves office supplies.
Sticky notes.
Sticky notes everywhere. Learn English without even trying. Gwen, I admit I may have gone slightly overboard here.
How overboard?
My cat currently has a note on him saying, fluffy alarm clock.
Okay, that's commitment. But there's method in the madness. Research shows this kind of passive exposure to seeing words around you helps vocab stick about 30% better.
Right. My fridge is now the cold food box. The bed is the dream production center.
Dream production center, I like that.
Bathroom mirror. Handsome generator, obviously.
Of course. You could start more practically, though, like light switch, window, coffee maker.
Yeah, you could. But where's the fun in that? The sillier ones are more memorable, I think.
True. The key is putting them where you'll see them constantly. Repeated visual contact.
And here's a way to level it up. Don't just see the note, say the word out loud every time.
Ooh, adding active recall. Nice. Retrieving the word from memory, not just recognizing it.
Exactly. Turns passive viewing into active practice.
That really strengthens the learning. Visual, auditory, verbal, all working together.
So the challenge, take photos of your funniest or most creative sticky notes, tag them, #StickyEnglish. Let's see them.
Just maybe warn your housemates first.
Good point. Remember, the goal is learning, not avant-garde interior design, mostly. Okay, final habit.
Habit 6. This one combines English with chores.
Learn English while doing chores. Seriously, Gwen, you could get fluent scrubbing the floors.
Well, maybe not fluent just from that, but it definitely helps. It uses passive listening to build your language intuition.
How does that work?
You're absorbing the sounds, the rhythm, the flow of English. Even if you're not consciously focusing on every word, your brain picks things up subconsciously.
Okay. Like I've started playing English cooking shows while I cook.
How's that going?
Well, I learned the word simmer yesterday,
Yeah.
right before I slightly burned the soup. Maybe start with podcasts at 0.75x speed. That might be safer.
Uh-huh. Probably wise. Starting slower helps comprehension, avoids feeling overwhelmed.
Or singing in the shower. Current go-to is Watermelon Sugar. Lyrics up on my phone. Waterproof case, obviously.
Perfect. The idea is just to have English playing in the background. Audiobooks while cleaning, news podcasts while folding laundry.
Yeah, anything works. And again, pick something you actually find interesting.
Right.
That interest-based learning principle is key.
Makes it feel less like a chore and more like multitasking your interests.
And here's a little trick I thought of. When you hear a new word or phrase during your chore,
Yes.
try to use it in a sentence before you finish the task, like out loud.
Ooh, instant active recall. Brilliant. Forces you to actually use the new language right away.
Exactly. Just maybe don't try it while you're chopping vegetables or something. Could get distracting.
Safety first. Good caveat. But yeah, moving from just hearing to actually using is crucial.
So your challenge, pair one chore this week with some English audio, music, podcast, whatever. Tell us what you learned using #ChoreEnglish.
Great. So those are the 6 habits. Maybe we should quickly recap those key learning terms we mentioned.
Good idea. Just to make sure everyone's clear on why these things work. First up, passive exposure. What's that again?
Passive exposure is basically learning by being surrounded by the language without actively studying. Like changing your phone language, you see English terms constantly, absorbing them naturally.
Got it. Okay, neural connections. Sounds a bit sci-fi.
Think of them like paths in your brain. The more you use them, like by listening to English every day, the stronger they get. It makes processing and using English easier over time.
Like mental muscles.
Yeah, okay.
And active recall.
That's when you actively try to pull information from your memory. Not just recognizing it, but actually remembering it. Like seeing a sticky note and recalling the English word yourself
Wow.
without needing a prompt,
Yeah.
it makes learning much stronger.
Right. Much better than just rereading. Okay, this one's important. Consistency beats intensity.
Yes. Essentially, short, regular practice is usually way more effective long term than long, infrequent cramming sessions. 15-20 minutes daily. Better than 2 hours once a week.
Okay, makes sense. Build the habit. And lastly, interest-based learning.
We talked about this a lot. It's just using stuff you genuinely enjoy to learn. If you love gaming, watch English-speaking gamers. You'll pick up relevant language because you're motivated by your interest.
Perfect. Thanks for breaking those down. Now, we have a couple of questions for you, the listener, to think about.
Yeah, just prompts to help you reflect on how this applies to your situation.
Okay, first one. Looking at these 6 habits, phone language, creators, self-talk, lists, sticky notes, chores, which one feels like the easiest for you to start with right now?
Think about your daily routine. What fits most easily? What feels like the smallest change to make first?
And the second question, what's your single biggest challenge when you're learning English?
Is it finding time? Remembering vocabulary? Feeling shy about speaking? Understanding native speakers?
Getting specific about your main hurdle can help you pick the habits that will target it best.
Exactly. Tailor the approach to your needs.
Think those over. We'd genuinely love to hear your thoughts. Maybe drop a comment. Which habit are you trying first? Do you have any other learn without studying tricks?
Yeah, share your ideas. You could help someone else out, build that community.
So, quick recap of the habits again. Phone in English. Follow creators you like. Talk to yourself. It's okay. English to-do lists. Sticky notes invasion. Learn while you clean.
And the golden rule, really.
Don't try to do them all at once, seriously.
Please don't, you'll just get overwhelmed.
Pick one, maybe two if you're feeling ambitious. The phone language switch is often a really good, easy win to start.
hmm And remember, consistency is everything. Even 10 minutes a day, done regularly, is so much better than a massive session once in a blue moon.
And keep it fun. If it feels like a total drag, you won't stick with it. Find the enjoyment in it.
Find what fits your life, what feels sustainable. That's the key to long-term progress.
So the final challenge this week, choose one habit. Just one. Try it, see how it feels, notice anything.
Small steps, remember, they really do add up.
You can totally do this, and if it all goes wrong and your house is covered in sticky notes you can't read,
Just blame the cat.
exactly, blame
Yeah.
the cat. Or the dog, or, a sudden passion for linguistic interior design.
The important thing is starting, being patient, and celebrating those little wins.
And that wraps up our deep dive for today. It's not always about hitting the books harder, right?
Often, it's about learning smarter, integrating it into life.
So try one habit this week, see where it takes you. Small steps, big results. Check the description for any links too.
Was this helpful? Let us know.
Until next time, keep learning, keep exploring.